Falling in love. It is wonderful, and it seems to promise satisfaction and happiness forever. And naturally, you want to be with the one you love forever. You want to get married. Falling in love, getting married. It all sounds so easy, like it will just happen to you if only your love is true, just like in the movies. Unfortunately, real life and real marriage is a lot more complicated and difficult than that. Falling in love is probably the first really adult emotion you will experience, and getting married may be the first really adult decision you will make. It's an adult decision because marriage will place on you all of the responsibilities and obligations of adult life, and you alone will be responsible for all the consequences of your decision, good or bad. Getting married, whether it works out in the long run or not, will affect the rest of your life. Though marriage itself is a complicated and serious commitment, it's not that hard to figure out if you're really ready to get married. All you need to do is ask yourself 4 questions and give yourself 4 very honest answers.
Many people want to get married because they truly love somebody, and they want to be a part of somebody else's life. They want to share that. Many people want to get married because they want that privilege to be a part of a new system, a growing system. Individuals want to get married because they want companionship, and they want to make a commitment, and that's very important to them. So they find that through marriage, they can finally make that commitment with somebody that they love.
If you love somebody and you feel like you want to spend the rest of your life with them, and make that deep a commitment, because, hey, the rest of your life is a long time, maybe. Your life is not going to be the same after you're married, unless you're really able and ready to make that deep a commitment. Then you shouldn't be getting married.
It's not like you can just pick up and go. You know, you have to, go basically on the same schedule. You have to talk things out. You can't just, up and do things on a whim. It's not like that. You have to plan.
Oh, I think sometimes people marry to get away from home. Some girls marry thinking, well, they're not happy at home, they'll get married, have their own home, and unless it's the right marriage, that's the wrong reason.
They marry because they want to get away from the family of origin, move away from that type of situation. They were unhappy there. They probably find that they have a myth that the grass is greener on the other side. So they feel that if they move into a marriage that things will be better. And that's not a healthy way to look at the situation.
If your own reasons for wanting to get married are unhealthy or immature, you should stop and think right now, and maybe just go on with your life, postponing marriage until your reasons are more selfless and mature. Failure to do so could result in serious unhappiness in the not-so-distant future.
People have to really take a look in a very serious way at their commitment and begin to understand what it means to really share my life with somebody in a meaningful way. And I think that does require quite a bit of give and take from both individuals as they merge together.
I would think that only 1 out of, just a guess, maybe 10 marriages probably will work, because you got to think there's a lot of things pulling you apart. You're going to be arguing about money. You're going to be arguing about responsibility, who's going to clean up. It's not, you don't have your parents there no longer to clean up for you. Your wife's not your maid. It's going to be a two-way street. And if you have kids, that's going to be another thing that break you up.
It is like being aware of the other person and their needs, and being helpful in any situation to make their life happier and better. And it's a broadening of your own self to include another person. And it's something that changes each year almost with your life because your needs change.
If your reasons for wanting to get married are positive and unselfish, and you fully understand the serious, real-life implications and responsibilities of what being married will mean, it's time to take a long, hard look at who you intend to marry.
Without a doubt, the more you understand that person and know of that person and where that person's coming from and where his or her values are and so forth, the better that relationship will be. Without a doubt, we need to understand and to know our partner.
I wouldn't go crazy in the middle of school about it. So then, Miss Flashley.
I think those commitments and those factors have to be reevaluated from time to time. The love that the couple perhaps had as they came into the marriage, the romantic love, the passion, so to speak, probably will diminish throughout, no doubt will diminish throughout the course of the years. And at some point in time, that love is going to change in some fashion. And couples will have to learn to adjust to that change.
I felt absolutely clear up until the day of the wedding. And I'm thinking, well, maybe we should wait and think about this. But I think it's only natural that you're going to have doubts. I think when you make the decision to go into marriage, you should be sure at the time. But I think, probably doubts are going to come sooner or later. And as long as you're not, like, going for weeks at a time thinking, am I doing the right thing? Or, I know people that have, like, throughout their relationship of dating, they would get into arguments, maybe break up and not see each other for weeks at a time. And then that kind of should tell you ahead of time that there's maybe going to be problems, or this could be what it's going to be like when we're married, too. If we're not getting along when we're not married, why would we get along when we're married?
So your love is true and pure. You're aware of and willing to make the personal and emotional sacrifices of marriage. And your perfectly matched partner is just as mature and serious as you are. Sounds great. Everything will work out fine, right? Well, there's still one last question you need to answer.
Because, that's a big step. It's a big step. It's a big step to have a baby, and it's a big step to be married. Because you sacrifice a lot, But, it's positive. I would do, if I had to do it all over again, I'd do it again.
Where would you like your home to be? What kind of furnishings would you like in your home? Just everyday things. Who's going to pay the bills if we live together? Who's going to be in charge of grocery shopping, and who's going to be doing laundry? Just project ahead and think about the things you're going to be doing and who's going to take what roles.
Some of the obligations, I think, that come with a commitment to marriage certainly include an obligation to one another, and a commitment to begin to operate not as a separate person all the time, but to at the same time look at your partner and work together as a team. And a commitment has to come also from the financial aspect. People need to begin to look at the income.
Why do you always have to work so late?
Sharing that love nest with your soulmate sounds great, but love nests don't come cheap. Far and away, the single greatest contributing factor in the failure of first marriages, especially young marriages, is economics.
I want out of this marriage. It's not working.
Even in the best of circumstances, marriage is a serious, complicated, and difficult commitment. It is not a romantic movie or happily ever after fairy tale. When it works, it is the most satisfying and fulfilling aspect of adult life. But just being in love and wanting it to work out will not guarantee your success. Even if you and your partner fully understand all the issues we've covered in this program and can answer them all positively and maturely, your journey together will be filled with stumbling blocks and problems. The younger a couple is, the more likely their feelings and beliefs may change as they continue to mature. If you both want to get married for the right reasons, if you both understand fully the responsibilities and obligations you are committing yourselves to, If you both respect and admire each other as people, with all the flaws and shortcomings that implies, and if you both are willing and able to meet the financial necessities of life on your own, you may, with great patience and diligence, be able to overcome those stumbling blocks and problems together.